Every zodiac has their fair share of problems when it comes to admitting to their bad habits. However, this does not mean that there isn't any room to improve on ourselves. Some zodiacs have a very difficult time reconciling with themselves as to what they need to do in order to be happy, as well as learning how to deal with their bad habits in moderation. As you are looking inward and are trying your very best to figure out how you can better yourself, you will want to set your focus on these bad habits that your specific zodiac sign deals with on a daily basis. Do you want to learn more about your personality and life? You won't believe what the science of numerology can reveal about you. That's right, the numerology of your birth date, despite whatever month you were born, can reveal surprising information about who you truly are. You won't believe how accurate it is. Pisces Habits. Pisces tend to be idealistic most of the time, meaning that they can see something truly amazing but would prefer something better instead. They also try to escape their own responsibilities whenever they feel like something is going wrong in their lives, which may be due to their hypersensitive personality. They also like to be extremely lazy, especially if it has nothing to do with them or because they are also very pessimistic. Aquarius Habits. Aquarius are some of the most extreme people that you will ever meet. There is only one critical feeling that they have in a spur of the moment that oftentimes is due to how stubborn they can be. Aquarius can also come off as aloof, not really wanting to be a part of others for any particular reason. They also can be extremely unpredictable when it comes to their behavior. Expect them to be very inconsistent with things that you want from them. Capricorn Habits. Capricorns tend to be very shy. They prefer to be with others whom they've known for a while, such as close friends and family. They also tend to be extremely stubborn, which may be because they are very pessimistic about the world around them. This makes it hard for them to summon motivation deep within themselves because they would rather not be a part of whatever is happening to begin with. Sagittarius Habits. Sagittarius can oftentimes come off as very overconfident with the things that they are doing in the present moment. However, they are extremely careless when it comes to being grateful towards the things they already have, which also ties together with how inconsistent they are with work, school, and family. Scorpio Habits. When it comes to dealing with a Scorpio's bad habits, expect them to be very jealous of whomever you are with, especially if you two are dating. You should also expect them to be very secretive about the things they do in their everyday lives, which is also tied to another bad habit of theirs, which often leads to manipulating others into doing everything for them. Libra Habits. Libras have a hard time making their minds up on something they want to do and oftentimes make everyone upset because of how often they change their minds. They also tend to be some of the laziest of the other zodiacs, especially if there is nothing to drive them forward. Be careful when it comes to surface appearances because they will often forget what it means to have inner beauty. Virgo Habits. Virgos tend to be some of the most brutally honest people that you will ever meet, which ties to another bad habit of theirs, which involves them being a little too hands-on with the things they expect to happen the way they should instead of shouldn't. They prefer everything to be exactly perfect, judge others who do not view things the same way as them, and really hate when someone mentions any kind of modern change to their design for life. Leo Habits. When dealing with a Leo and their bad habits, expect them to be some of the most egotistical people you've ever met. Leos really do think they are all that in a bag of chips, which is proudly demonstrated through their arrogance, impatience, and overall jealousy for anything that is better than theirs. You will find it very hard to persuade a Leo into doing something differently. Cancer Habits. Cancers have a very hard time dealing with their emotions. They tend to be some of the most pessimistic out of the other zodiacs, which often leads to them being extremely moody with the way things are. You should also expect them to be very clingy if you are dating one, as well as being hypersensitive to everything that you do and say. Cancers also have a terrible habit of being suspicious about every little thing you do. Gemini Habits. Geminis are some of the most anxious people, but this is because they do not know when to quit what they are doing, which often leads to them abandoning projects and anything else that is incapable of keeping their attention. It is also hard for them to find their own way because they do not have a sense of direction for adventure. This leads to them being very bored with nothing to do or nothing to want to do. Taurus Habits. Taurus are some of the most stubborn people that you will ever meet, simply because because they are very set in their ways and do not like it when others try to tell them how to improve their lives. They think they have it all down to a science when in reality they tend to be some of the most laziest people as well. Expect them to be somewhat materialistic, but only because they prefer to have things ready for their future. Aries habits. Aries can often be very confrontational towards people they have a personal vendetta against, or just like to confront others when they are being difficult. This is because they are some of the most impulsive people out of the other zodiacs, which ties nicely with how stubborn they can be as well. Expect them to be very hard to persuade when it comes to arguments. Hopefully this has helped you see some of the errors, not only in yourself, but the variety of others who suffer differently. Of course, there will always be room to improve on ourselves, so just keep looking for opportunities that will help you get rid of some of these bad habits.